So you think you live on a globe, and they're not hiding the true nature of where you live and more land from you? Interesting. Well, I think the writer of this 1907 Hawaiian Gazette newspaper article with this image on it might have a different opinion. Now, I know it's hard to see, but it's Hawaiian Gazette, Friday, January 14th, 1907, and you can go look it up yourself. But here's a closer picture and cleaner view, and you can just take a look. And you're probably wondering what all these circles are. Well, I'm going to tell you. Let's first clean it up and add some color, and even show you where these people out in these lands could potentially see the same sun, and I'll show you how. What you need to first realize, though, is this ring, this inner ring, is actually Antarctica. And I know if you're new to this stuff, it might sound crazy to you, but Antarctica, it's not a continent at the bottom of the globe. It's an ice wall that surrounds us, and I'm going to show you. All right, first you need to know about the Antarctic Treaty, which was signed in 1959 by 12 different countries. Today, it's been signed by over 50, but basically what it says is you cannot go past the 60th parallel and independently travel and explore. You need to do it with a guided tour. They only take you to a little section of land in Antarctica, and it's not at the bottom of the globe. It's a section of the giant ice wall that surrounds us that I'm going to show you in a second. So here's how it looks on the globe model. The 60th parallel would be this circle. You can't go here independently to travel. And because on a flat Earth map, this is north and everything away from it is south, that 60th parallel will just be around these lands here where you can't go to the ice wall, this ice wall. All right, this is actual Navy footage from 1957, and I'm going to show you this never-ending ice wall. And I even fast forward through it because the film is so long, and it never ends. And you can go do this yourself, go research what the highest land is. It's Antarctica. It is the highest elevation land. That is easily researchable. They don't even hide it from you because it holds it in our oceans. Look at this, it never ends. There's another shot here, distant, and they look like pan. This surrounds us, this keeps us trapped in the known. And I would, like I said, I would put money on it that there are lands outside of here. And I'm going to show you how that would work with the sun we have. Look at this. Friends. Most of you probably don't even know this exists. This is Antarctica. This is the ice wall. It's mountains. We're trapped here. So if you heard me say we're trapped here under a dome, I fully know there's a firmament above us, and I'll show you evidence of that in a second. But I don't know, maybe it's like this and there's layers to it. Maybe it's just one big firmament. And I'm going to show you how a one sun source could work with multiple layers of the dome. But let's first look at some evidence that there is a dome, because there's water above us. And you can see that when you look at the moon and stars. All right, so this is the lunar wave. It's been captured many times. There's some sort of fluid above us, and then stars. They literally look like they're shimmering water if you look with your own eyes instead of NASA. All right, now let's go back to this. And now pretend those domes are over these lands and how there are different suns here. But I want to show you how all these different suns are actually coming from the one sun. Check this out from David Weiss. It's so cool.
This is an actual eclipse. I filmed it. There happened to be a lot of haziness in the sky, so it was really easy to film without any glare. And this is eclipse that's going on. It went to like 85%. Right? This is a model eclipse where I have a light on the other side, and I'm projecting it, and I'm blocking the light with a round object. And I'll show you how that's done in a second. Right? So this is an eclipse that was filmed prior to that, and we saw this. What is this? It's locked to position with the sun. This is a lens flare. It's moving around as we move the camera. But this is staying in perfect sync with the sun. Now, this was happening. There was like a 90% eclipse at this time. The reason you don't see it here is just because it's so bright, but if you look with sunglasses, you would see that this eclipse is just about that much. But what is this eclipse here? And if it was a lens flare, it would be moving around, but it's not. So I say that the sun that we see is not the actual source of the sun. It's a projection. It's like we're seeing a rear projection on our sky screen, just like my experiment here. The paper towel is the sky screen, and I have the rear projector, which is here. This is the source of the sun, and I'm eclipsing it with a dark body. Now, I don't see that dark body coming in here. I only see the missing sun. I don't see that dark body because there's no light coming off of that dark body. It's just blocking the light. I don't see it. I don't see it exit. And so I did it again with a thinner tissue. And as I bring it in, we see it right here. There's the source. I'm seeing through the sheet. I'm not being blinded by the bright sun. And I'm blocking the source. And that's exactly what we see. And when we compare it to what reality actually showed us, it looks pretty damn close.
Now, I'm a believer in the Bible, and the Bible says God created two great lights, the moon and the sun. And I think that's accurate. And I think they could be above the firmament, and it doesn't say if the firmament is one or two or multiple layers. But let's see how this would work with the firmament and one light source. Now, this isn't perfect because of kind of just the roundedness of these bowls, but if they were more domed shape, you can see there are two light sources there coming from my iPhone. So when we go back to this original picture from 1907, which is a picture from 1907 of a map found from hundreds of years ago, I don't think these are representative of the domes, but I think these lines are representative of the sun path. And I think the sun is doing this currently, but at one point it did this. And I'll show you why I think that. Because there's a map from the 1500s called the Montes map, and it depicts the Antarctica ring that surrounds us, except with vegetation and animals and not ice. So is it possible our sun, our one sun source, is doing, I know it does this type of movement to create seasons, summer to winter to summer, but maybe at some point it makes bigger circles. And I just wanted to give you quick evidence that that's actually how our sun is moving. These pictures are all taken in the same spot, and when you compare them, the sun, where it's rising, to the light pole, it is completely different. So it's to the left, lined up with it, way to the right of it, right on it. So what's the point in all this? To me, the point is, if we all knew that we did not live on a globe, and we knew where we lived, then we would demand the right to go explore and truly find out what the actual nature of our home is. But you guys know the truth of it all. I was just here to entertain you. I'm not serious about a thing. And if you guys want to represent your knowledge about the ice wall, go check out my store, fittestflatearther.com.